Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here on that show at like, 3 a.m. right now? I'll do the Warriors recap after this, but I want to get this done right now. I did not expect to be up till nearly 3 a.m. recapping the World Series. This game took 18 innings. But fortunately, you can tell by my happy mood, the Dodgers won. They won 6-5. They take a 2-1 lead with this Game 3 victory. I have a lot to discuss throughout most of this game. I want to give a huge shout out to Will Klein, dude. 4 scoreless innings in the World Series. He's pitched a few times this year, but he hasn't pitched that much for this team, honestly. And he goes out and throws 4 scoreless innings in the World Series in a huge spot. He just kept coming through time after time. And even when he was starting to lose that little bit of that command there, he was still able to fight through and get a huge strikeout in the top of that 18th inning. And he was perfect. 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, struck out 5 over 4 innings, made a nice play on a comebacker to him as well. The bullpen was excellent, besides Blake Treinen. We'll get to that at that point. Glasnow kind of have a shit outing because bad defense by Edman, and then he gets up a 3-run homer, sack fly, and then it just went to shit. He got took out in the 5th inning, and the Blue Jays are probably like, that's where they want the Dodgers, get to that bullpen. But besides Blake Treinen, I thought the bullpen was actually pretty good tonight. Perfect even. But Will Klein, man, the legend of William Klein. No matter what happens, he cemented his name in Dodger lore. And that was just a nasty pitch in that 3-2 to Heineman, where he struck him out. Just the way he pitched tonight. The Dodgers acquired him from the Mariners in June for Joe Jaquez, who they signed to a minor league deal over the offseason. He pitched 4 shutout innings, allowing just 1 hit and struck out 5. What a performance by Will Klein tonight. Dude's a beast. Kudos to the bullpen. I did not have this in my bingo card. If you told me you're trusting the bullpen, I would have called you crazy, but good credit, dude. Kershaw got 1 out, which thought Dave was dumb for taking him out after 1 batter. Let him get a full inning in, okay, then go to somebody else. But gotta give credit to Henriquez as well. He hasn't really pitched much, to be honest, in the playoffs. He hasn't really pitched a lot. Hell, really over the last bit of games, he hasn't pitched that much. He went 2 scoreless innings. Give Sheen credit out of the pen. 2.2 scoreless innings. Got into a little bit of trouble where the bases were loaded, but Kershaw and Edman making a nice play were able to bail him out. And them swinging the ball forward constantly on that at-bat helped, but Kershaw got that 1 out. Sasaki pitched the 8th and 9th innings. Roki wasn't perfect. His command wasn't perfect, but he was great. Well, not great, but solid enough tonight. And the defense, while Tommy Edman had that error, and Mookie had one as well, give credit to the defense. Teoscar, that play where Treinen gave up that lucky hit, not really great effort and a poor throw, but he made a great effort on that play where Schneider threw him out at home, him to Edman to Smith. So he wasn't perfect throughout this game for the Dodgers. Multiple base running errors, just errors defensively. Glasnow finally lost it there in, the 4th inning. But give credit to this bullpen, dude. And Freddie fucking Freeman does it again in the World Series. Not a walk-off grand slam, but a walk-off home run. I see why they kept Eric Lauer in as long as they could, because Brendan Little is ass. I know this. Because I've watched the Blue Jays, and Brendan Little hasn't really been good. They ran out of pitchers, to be fair, and Eric Lauer had already thrown a lot of pitches. The Dodgers, he was like throwing 92 fastballs, and they couldn't touch him. Like, even when they were hitting him hard, it would just go short of the track. So, but yeah, I want to talk about Shohei Ohtani as well. He reached base safely 9 times now. He was 4 for 4, 5, possibly 4 of them were intentional, I believe. He went 4 for 4, 2 homers, 2 doubles. What a game from Ohtani, man. And Ohtani will be the game 4 starter for tomorrow. What a game. 4 for 4, 5 walks, 4 intentional. One of them was the intentional unintentional walk. 3 RBIs. He homered twice. What a game from Ohtani. Reached base safely 9 times. He's the first player with 4+ hits and 5+ walks in a game, regular season or postseason. He was amazing tonight, man. Take a bow, Shohei Ohtani. Like, he's good to pitch game 4, for sure. But yeah, I just gotta give a shout out to incredible performances by Ohtani, Will Klein, the bullpen, and of course Freddie's heroics with the game-winning homer. But people are like, this, for most of this postseason, oh, Shohei hasn't shown up, or he's a playoff dropper. Well, he's been heating up these last few games of the postseason. Over Shohei Ohtani's last 4 games, he has had a game where he hit 3 homers and struck out 10. Had 2 homers, 2 doubles, and 5 walks. 9 time on base. My goodness, man. He's just a different animal lately at Dodger Stadium. But yeah, Glasnow, 4.2 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. At some point, it just felt like yesterday when Glasnow and Max Scherzer were pitching. But yeah, Glasnow, he was good early, but then it just fell apart, man. He gives up a leadoff walk, and then there's the error, and then all of a sudden 3-run homer, and then a sac fly, and then you look up, we're down 4-2, but then the Dodgers are able to come back and tie it. And then the bullpen, Bonda comes in to get the final out of that inning. 0.1 innings, no hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts for Wrobleski. 1.2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and Wrobleski was pitching pretty damn good out of the bullpen. He looked good. Pitching really damn good. For a guy you probably don't expect to be an impact out of the bullpen. Well, what does Dave Roberts do? He takes out Wrobleski and puts in Blake Treinen with 2 outs. And it goes as you expected. They give it up, and all of a sudden Blue Jays lead again. I mean, I don't know why the fuck they went to Blake Treinen there. Wrobleski was looking damn good, and they put in fucking Treinen. Way to pull Wrobleski, he's cruising, and he goes to the most volatile reliever with 2 outs. My God, Treinen, he promptly gives up 3 hits with 2 outs. I don't know why we keep playing Treinen at this point. We have figured out of this game, to who we can trust out of the bullpen. Will Klein, Henriquez, Sasaki, Emmett Sheen, Wrobleski. About 5-6 guys there, and Clayton Kershaw, of course. If there's a spot where you have to use him. Maybe, I mean, Jack Dreyer kind of got hoed by his defense. Mookie making that error. But yeah, like, pitch everybody like Treinen and Bonda, I guess. But yeah, that was a idiotic move right there by Dave. Great managing Dave. Takes out a dude who is dealing for a guy who sucks. And then Teoscar, a fucking lazy effort, as usual. He made up for it, though. Made a nice play. I think it was what was it, I think it was the 9th inning, 10th inning, I don't know at this point, where he made a nice play to get the cutoff man, and then Edman threw him out at home, and Edman made another nice play where he threw IKF out at third base. Blue Jays must be slow as shit, or IKF must be slow as shit, because I don't know how he wasn't safe at third, but yeah, that play was a lazy effort by Teoscar, but Blake Treinen shouldn't even fucking been in there. That was the worst reliever tonight by far. Jack Dreyer, 0.1 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Roki Sasaki, 1.2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Was he perfect tonight? No, but he was good enough to where he didn't give up any runs. Emmett Sheen, give a shout out to him, young pitcher right there. It's been in the rotation most year, coming out of the bullpen. 2.2 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Clayton Kershaw, 0.1 innings, no hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. And Edgardo Henriquez, who was great as well, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. And Will Klein, 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. I've never seen a game where both teams ran out pitchers. We got lucky. We actually walked it off, because, dude, imagine you're the Blue Jays and you think you have every pitcher out of the game, and then there's fucking Yamamoto in the bullpen. I'm so glad we walked it off, so we didn't have to use Yamamoto, but Max Scherzer, 4.1 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Thought Max Scherzer was fine besides the home run ball. He gave those 2 solo homers. Besides that, he was fine. But they took him out, put him Flew Hardy to face the lefties. 0.1 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, no walks, no strikeouts. Put him in to face the lefties. That backfired. Then they put in Louis Varland. 1.1 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Anthony Dominguez, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Chris Bassett, 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Hoffman, 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Brady Fisher, 1.1 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Eric Lauer, 4.2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. There's multiple balls we hit hard that should have been homers, but they were short. I see why they pitched him for as long as they could, because Brendan Little, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout, because this dude ass. But yeah, those are the pitching lines. Let's go to the starters. Ohtani, 4 for 4, 5 walks, 3 RBIs, 2 homers. Betts, 1 for 8. Freeman, 2 for 7, 2 walks, 2 RBIs, and had a homer. And a game-tying single there when it was 4-3. Muncy, 0 for 7. Will Smith, 1 for 6 and a walk. Muncy, 0 for 7 and a walk. Teo, 4 for 8 and an RBI with a homer. Edman, 1 for 8. Kike, 2 for 5. Rojas, 0 for 2. Pinch hitting. Pages, 0 for 5. And Call, 1 for 3 pinch hitting. For the Blue Jays, Springer, 0 for 3. He went out with an injury. Ty France, pitch hitting. And David Schneider were each 1 for 3. Luke's, 1 for 8 and a walk. Vladdy, 2 for 7, 2 walks. Bichette, 2 for 4 and an RBI. IKF, 0 for 4 and a walk. Varsho, 2 for 6, 2 walks. Kurt, 2 for 4, 2 walks, 3 RBIs with a 3-run homer. I don't know why he came out of the game. Heineman was 0 for 4. Barger, 2 for 4. Straw, 0 for 4. Clement, 1 for 8. And Jimenez, 1 for 6, a walk and an RBI. So yeah, man, 6-5 Dodgers win. They had 16 hits for 6 runs, 2 errors. I'm not even going to bother trying to go over all the scoring lines because they're not even showing on them. It just shows the 9th through the 18th inning. Blue Jays, 15 hits, 5 runs, no errors. Let's go over the scoring summary here. It's a long scoring summary, so buckle your seatbelts here. Eat your popcorn. Bottom of the 2nd, Teoscar hits a home run. Then the bottom of the 3rd, Ohtani homers. So it's 2-0. But then the top of the 4th, Kirk homers. And Jimenez singles. So there's the lead right there for Toronto. Bottom of the 5th, Ohtani doubles and Smith singles, ties the game. Top of the 7th, Bichette hits a single to take the lead. But then the bottom of the 7th, Ohtani homers on the first pitch, ties the game up. And nobody then scored until the bottom of the 18th. Freddie homers to walk it off. And Dodgers, Blue Jays, both teams had multiple chances to walk it off, but couldn't do it. And this game, I'm not going to say this is a great game because I was getting frustrated at times. Which is what to my team. I'm just getting frustrated at times where we had chances to walk it off and couldn't. But I'm glad we finally did. But a 6-5 win. Shane Bieber and Shohei Ohtani is the pitching matchup for tomorrow. But yeah, this was a. I'm not going to say this is the greatest game ever, but I enjoyed it for the first few innings because it was a fun back and forth game. You know, I was getting frustrated with my Dodgers at times, but it was a fun game the first few innings. Then it just kept going on and on and on. I just kept getting more and more frustrated. We couldn't walk it off. But give credit to the bullpen. You know, it's kind of been the Achilles heel for the Dodgers all season. You know, I've been talking about it, but they showed up tonight. They showed out when they needed to. They got multiple key innings from guys you don't expect. And Freddie Freeman, MILF, man, I love Freddie. But yeah, that was a meatball, and Freddie crushed it. So yeah, I'm glad we won, man. Will Klein with the game of a lifetime. Left it all out there in the line. World Series legend, man. The Dodgers acquired this guy from the from the Seattle Mariners. But yeah, Game 4 is technically today at 8 p.m. So this could be a demoralizing loss for Toronto. We'll see. You know, to hold this offense through multiple innings and you don't give up any runs, that would have walked it off. Blue Jays had chances of their own. They just didn't come through. But yeah, a classic game, man. Took 6 hours and 39 minutes. Everything you want to see from a ball game. They fought and fought. They're exhausted rosters, but finally over, man. And Freddie's the guy you want up in those spots, man. And I'm not saying the Dodgers didn't win the World Series tonight. We won a game. That's really my mindset. They won a game. I'm happy they won, obviously. I was fucking excited that they finally walked it off, but they won a game. Dodgers will have to do it again tomorrow. Technically today, I guess. And see if they can take a 3-1 lead, but they get a 2-1 lead. So yeah, it's all the same, man. Great win. Ohtani, great. Ohtani, Will Klein, Freddie Freeman were the MVPs tonight. And it, like Emmett Sheen and Edgar Enriquez, guys like that. But John Schneider has had a really good playoffs overall. But the fact is, they completely cost the team 2 important wins. They overcame it against the Mariners. I'm not sure if they can do it against us, but we'll see, man. Will Smith, great behind the plate tonight. Blocked multiple baseballs back there, but yeah, great win. So yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Peace, have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, today, I guess technically, for Game 4.